Hey everyone! Welcome back to Golden Records and Glittering Reviews. I'm Brooklyn.
And I'm Allie.
And today we're diving deeper into Taylor Swift's discography, album by album, to see how critics reviewed her music in comparison to how many awards each era exactly brought in.
Exactly. We're using Pitchfork's album reviews for the critic side and the Swift's Museum Award records for the facts. It's crazy how sometimes critics and awards shows how they totally just disagree from one another.
All right, let's start from the very beginning, 2006, with Taylor Swift's debut album. This album dropped when she was just 16, and Pitchfork described it as competent but overly polished debut. I don't know. They praised her songwriting, but they said it was sometimes felt like too much, like her Nashville influences.
I think that's crazy that she was just 16 doing that, you know? And I mean, it's definitely...
I could not imagine doing that at 16.
I just got my driver's license. I definitely couldn't, co-write or write songs at all. So it's definitely traditional country, but, I mean, it's crazy that she wrote or co-wrote every single track. So, I mean...
That's impressive for a teen artist. Okay, so awards-wise, it didn't win a big Grammy, but she was nominated for Best New Artist in 2008, just 2 years after the album release. And it won Album of the Year at the ACMs and CMA Horizon Award in 2007.
Which is not bad for a debut. Even without major wins, that kind of recognition set the tone for everything that came next.
I agree.
So, Fearless was her breakout moment. This was, she came out with this album in 2008, so 2 years after her first one. Pitchfork called it an almost ridiculously likable country pop record.
I think that's a good description. I
think
I just
so
want to
too.
dance to every song.
Yeah.
It was. Love Story and You Belong With Me took over the pop radio in both CMA and ACM Album of the Year.
That is crazy.
Along with that, the awards exploded into Grammy Album of the Year and Best Country Album of the Year.
So this is the first time critics, fans, and awards shows that they all agreed.
Yeah. So Fearless was just pure magic and totally changed her career trajectory.
I totally agree.
Okay, next up, just 2 years after that, again, we have Speak Now that came out in 2010. The album she wrote entirely by herself. Pitchfork praised her for her maturity, but some said the songs sprawled longer than they need to.
Wow. I mean, I definitely wouldn't say that for Speak Now. I love Speak Now. I mean, by the time she's 20 now making this album, so still pretty young. But fans loved it, especially songs like Enchanted, one of my favorites, and Back to December.
One of my favorites. Award-wise, it won American Music Awards and Country Music Awards, but it didn't get Grammy Album of the Year win like Fearless.
Still, writing every track herself was a huge flex. I mean, again, 20 years old, just writing her own music. That is crazy. So critics might have been nitpicky, but it's hard not to respect that level of control she had.
I agree.
So now, the next one, she came out with this album in 2012, Red, is where critics and fans clashed a little bit. Pitchfork said it was an uneven mix of styles, and some country outlets basically called her a sellout for mixing pop and EDM.
Yeah. Saving Country Music even said parts were boring and sloppy.
Oh.
Ouch. But in hindsight, people love Red.
Yes, exactly. It was nominated for Album of the Year at the Grammys, but lost to Daft Punk. Still, it's aged into one of her most beloved albums, especially after Red, Taylor's version.
Ooh, good version. So we'd say critics were split then, but time was kind to Red, I'd say.
Yeah.
Following Red, we have her album released in 2014, 1989. Here is the massive shift. Taylor goes full pop. Pitchfork said 1989 was a revolution in her sound and an exercise in pop perfection.
I don't know. I really liked Red was kind of like a mix of country and pop, and 1989, she's full pop, it's full on.
I love
no country. I mean, it's the album with Blank Space, Style, and Shake It Off. I mean, those are some good ones. So the confidence and production were next level for her.
I agree, and the awards back it up. Also, Grammy Album of the Year in 2016, plus tons of Billboard and AMA wins.
For once, the critical and award worlds were in perfect sync. No controversy, just praise for this album.
And I'm one of the praisers.
Yeah. So now for my favorite album.
Me
I
too,
think
me
yes, I think this is me and Brooklyn's favorite album so far. I mean, this is wow. So, Reputation. She came out with this one in 2017. So, now for the polarizing one. Pitchfork called it an aggressive display of craftsmanship, but said her full embrace of modern pop felt sadly conventional.
Huh. Fans were split too. Some love the dark vibes, while others miss the old Taylor. I have to say, I don't miss the I like old Taylor, but
Me
like
too.
this was just like
This was her prime.
oh, this was
wow.
prime. Good word to describe
Prime.
it.
Award-wise, it won Billboard and AMA awards, but no Grammy Album of the Year.
Definitely one of her most controversial albums. Even with the hate, it broke streaming records. So, I mean, who really won?
Yeah.
And also, it like this says, it wasn't popular winning like Grammy Album of the Year like that. But then later on, when she went onto tour, didn't she broke multiple records with that tour and like worldwide records, which is like, I mean,
It's
how
crazy.
can you fight it? How can you fight
that
it?
album, I think it's the best one. I think it
I
should
have to
win
agree.
way more awards than
I
it
agree.
did. So,
Well, after her dark era, Lover was a breath of fresh air for Taylor. Pitchfork called it an uneven but heartfelt, saying it felt like a reset.
yeah, I mean, this album is quite literally the complete opposite of Reputation. It's like all dark and angst, and then this one's
It's
like
beautiful,
oh,
and
beautiful,
love and
like
sweet.
birds and rainbows. So it's a romantic, colorful record. Maybe a bit long, but full of optimism.
Award shows still recognized her Artist of the Year at the AMAs, but no Grammy wins.
I think people needed that lighter side of her after Reputation. I mean, Reputation was definitely like a hard one, like very dark, but even if critics weren't obsessed, fans loved it.
They sure did.
Then came the pandemic and Folklore. 2020, we all know COVID-19. And so she came out with this in 2020. Pitchfork gave it an 8.0 and said it was a definitive statement of her storytelling power.
I have to agree with that. I can't even put into words how like deep some of these songs are and just the way that they hit, the
Yes.
indie folk sound was very different for Taylor. It felt intimate, it felt personal, and songs like Cardigan and August, which 2 in a row, good back to back.
Yes, I mean she, with each of these albums, even if she didn't like have so many awards, like she always has those like good songs that
Yes.
come from each of those albums, and it's like wow.
We don't need to be told that it's an award-winning song. We already know.
Exactly. So this album, it won Grammy Album of the Year in 2021. So the critics and awards lined up again.
It's the kind of album that proves she can do any genre and still dominate.
Literally.
That is a perfect
Yes.
description of Taylor.
So
Following that, again in 2020, we have Evermore. Great album, I'd say. Released just 5 months after Folklore. Pitchfork also gave it an 8.0, but called it less surprising and more settled. A comfortable companion record.
I like how she had these both in the same year of 2020.
I know,
mean,
we
like,
haven't really seen that from her. That she was really just working hard
Yeah,
on that COVID-19.
yeah, she was
being
coming
locked
up-
in her house. I
yeah.
mean, she was cooking it up.
Yeah, 2020, we were all locked in the house.
Oh, yeah.
I bet we could come up with something. So, exactly. Critics liked it, but some felt like it was a sequel rather than a new chapter.
Awards were solid, but not as sweeping as Folklore, they
Yeah.
say.
It kind of shows that back-to-back albums can split attention even when they're good.
I agree.
So, our last album that we're going to talk about today is Midnights. She came out with this one in 2022. So 3 years ago. I'm doing my math wrong. So Pitchfork gave it a 7.0, so one less than Evermore and Folklore. Positive, but said it plays it safe.
Huh. And yet she still made history. Grammy Album of the Year in 2024, her 4th win.
4th win. Wow. That's the perfect example of how critics and award shows don't always see eye to eye. It might not be experimental, but it's polished and successful.
She's basically at a point where the industry just trusts her vision.
I
and
agree.
I couldn't agree more.
No,
with
that's a good comment. I mean, like, I feel like her fans just really trust her. I mean, because, I mean...
Honestly, go back to country and I'm probably still
Yeah,
gonna listen.
exactly. She's done, like, obviously, like, almost every genre you could think of, and she rocks
Been
it.
successful in all of them.
Exactly.
So, wrapping it up, looking at all the 10 albums, you really see a pattern. Some albums like Fearless, 1989, and Folklore were universally praised and awarded.
And others like Red and Reputation get more mixed reviews, but ended up being fan favorites later.
It shows that awards don't always reflect a lasting impact, and sometimes critics miss it in the moment.
Totally. Taylor's career proves you can be polarizing and still end up legendary.
So, what do you guys think? Which album was underrated? Which album was overhyped? I'm gonna say I think they underrated Reputation.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go with you on that one.
Like, not winning all these awards, but then, I mean, coming back, like, my favorite part of the Eras Tour was Reputation.
Reputation and Red. I mean, like, it kind of was all over the place, but I like that.
And I can't really say one that's overhyped, in my opinion. Like, I think they're all, like...
I think so,
they're all
too.
pretty good.
I mean, like, on TikTok, I see a lot of hate towards Taylor, and I'm like, okay, but you guys...
Like, can you do that?
Yeah, can you do that? Did you come out with an album when you were 16? Were you co-writing or writing songs when you were 16?
Definitely
I
not.
definitely do not think so. So, definitely, it's an eye-opener just to see, like...
The comparison. Yep.
For sure. So, we would like to thank y'all for listening to Golden Records and Glittering Reviews. We will see you next time with another deep dive.
I'm Brooklyn.
And I'm Allie Kniddle.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening.